is not what a painting of Satan is supposed to look like. There is no fire behind him, no claws, no roar, no battlefield between heaven and hell. Just a young man, seated, dressed in the deep red and green of royalty, a medallion resting on his chest, the way it might rest on a bishop or a prince. In one hand, an ornate scepter, in the other, a single gold coin, held up not like a threat, but like something being offered. Behind him, grey bat wings open in quiet symmetry, framing him the way a throne room frames a king. Nothing here is rushed, nothing here is loud, and that may be the most unsettling part of the entire painting. This is Allegory of Satan, Lord of the World, painted around 1900 by the Polish artist Ludwik Stasiak. At first glance, it reads as a familiar warning. Satan enthroned over worldly temptation, gold beneath him, sin surrounding him. A complete explanation, and a comfortable one, but the longer you stay with it, the less that explanation holds. Because this painting does not seem interested in what Satan looks like. It seems interested in why he looks so composed. Stasiak was not, by nature, a painter of hell. Most of his career belonged to something far more grounded: rural Polish life, portraits of peasants, historical scenes stitched together with national feeling. He worked as a journalist as much as an artist, trained to notice the distance between how power presents itself and what it actually costs. Which is what makes this single, strange painting so difficult to look away from. It is the one moment where that instinct turned towards something larger than his homeland, toward power itself, stripped of geography and handed a face. At the surface, the reading is simple enough: a devil of temptation, gold as greed, skulls as death, wings as damnation. It is not wrong, it is just not where the painting ends. Because if you follow the coins scattered across the floor, they don't lead into darkness, they lead upward, toward him, as if someone has already walked this path before you, bending down, gathering each one, until they arrived exactly where you are standing now. That is the first sign that this is not a painting about temptation from a distance, it is a painting about arrival. Look again at how he sits, not gripping the throne, resting inside it. His shoulders are loose, his expression carries no urgency, no hunger. This is not a figure trying to seduce you. This is a figure who no longer needs to. Power, once it has been accepted long enough, stops performing. It simply waits to be recognized. That single decision, a devil who doesn't need to convince anyone, is the quiet engine of the entire painting, now the throne itself. Beneath the gold, once you look past it, the shapes resolve into something else. Skulls, some still wearing crowns, others still wearing helmets. Kings, soldiers, people who, at some point, believed they were the ones building a legacy, not becoming the material beneath someone else's. It would be easy to call them victims. Stasiak doesn't quite let you, because nothing about their posture suggests they were dragged here. Their crowns remain, their armor remains. Whatever brought them to this throne, they arrived still dressed for the roles they thought they had won. Which raises a harder question than the painting first seems to ask. Were they deceived by power, or did they simply climb until they became part of it? Stasiak never fully answers. That refusal is the point. The line between the ambitious and the used is not always visible from the inside. Then, at last, the coin. Compared to the mountain of treasure beneath the throne, it is almost nothing. A single coin, held up in one hand, positioned exactly at the center of the composition, as though Stasiak wanted your eye to land there before anywhere else. Why elevate something so small? Because corruption, in his eyes, was never a single catastrophic decision. It was a first one, reasonable, justifiable, small enough to forget by the time it mattered. The gesture of the raised coin even echoes something closer to ritual than payment. a blessing offered rather than a bribe demanded, commerce dressed in the posture of faith. That is where the painting stops being religious allegory and becomes something closer to psychology. The peacock feathers resting beside the treasure widen the accusation further, vanity folded in beside greed, as though admiration alone could buy the same seat. And behind him, the sky stays pale, undisturbed. No collapsing heavens, no storm of judgment. Heaven has not been defeated here. It has simply gone quiet. Stasiak seemed to understand something particular to his moment. A Europe where old ceremony and new ambition were beginning to wear the same clothes, where institutions still spoke the language of virtue while increasingly answering to something else. He painted this once, in 1900, and then, within a year, stopped painting almost entirely. He never explained why. He never returned to a subject like it again, which leaves the painting standing alone, unrepeated, unresolved, and strangely more convincing because of it. The wings matter here too. Unlike most depictions of hidden evil, nothing here is concealed. His true nature spreads openly behind him, visible from the first glance. No one in the painting appears troubled by it. The horror isn't that evil disguised itself well. The horror is that it no longer needed to, and that leads to the detail that changes everything. He is not looking down at his gold. He is not admiring the skulls beneath him. He is looking outward, at whoever is standing in front of the painting, at you. The raised coin, which felt symbolic a moment ago, suddenly feels personal, not a historical relic, an offer still open. The throne no longer belongs entirely to the past. It feels unfinished, as though space is still being made at its foundation. We like to believe evil announces itself, that we would recognize the moment, feel the danger, refuse the coin. This painting quietly disagrees. It suggests the exchange rarely feels like a fall. It feels like an opportunity, a reasonable choice, made by someone who still believes they are the exception. That may be why Stasiak painted him smiling instead of snarling. Confidence, not aggression, is the true language of power that has already won. The devil was never the monster. The monster was the comfortable belief that we would recognize him if he ever came smiling, holding out one small, forgettable coin and waiting patiently for us to reach for it.